G4S is a British-Danish private security company that profits from the imprisonment of Palestinian political prisoners and systems of Israeli occupation and apartheid. They maintain security equipment at checkpoints, supply security systems and settlements, and post private security personnel at checkpoints and construction sites for settlements and the separation wall. G4S operates in more than 120 countries with over 620,000 employees. The company signed a contract with the Israeli Prison Authority in 2007, agreeing to provide services in 5 Israeli prisons and detention centers that illegally hold large numbers of Palestinian political prisoners and detainees. As of February 2014, there are over 5,000 Palestinian political prisoners, including 183 children, 175 administrative detainees, and 17 women. These prisons have a well-documented history of severe torture and ill treatment of Palestinian political prisoners. In the West Bank, Israeli military orders dictate that a Palestinian can be interrogated for 90 days and denied access to a lawyer for the first 60 days. During the interrogation period, a detainee is often tortured and subjected to some form of cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment, whether physical or psychological, and ranging in extremity. Palestinian student Alday Jumhur was arrested on October 16, 2012 and spent 57 days in a G4S secured interrogation center.
أنا عدي جمهور من بيت عنان، طالب جامعي في جامعة القدس، بدرس حقوق. تم اعتقالي في 16/10/2012.
This is a part of the video
سنة يعني
that
22/10
is the most interesting, I believe. This kind of struck me odd as I was watching this, but and I believe it's right around in here. We see some activity going on that just doesn't look right, and you know, I'm not against the BDS movement. I have nothing against the BDS movement. I don't support it either. But however, what Israel is doing in Palestine is nonetheless criminal. But take a look here at this.
بعدين الحمد لله أنجبت بنت وولدين يارا ومحمد وعرفات.
Okay, now
يارا عمرها 5
when we see
سنين
them
ونص.
again here in a few minutes, I want you to watch very closely at what they're doing.
طبعا عمره 9 شهور. بس إجانا الخبر يعني هيك فجأة، خبر غير متوقع يعني كان عرفات.
See how the little girl is acting?
ما كنت بحياتي فكرت.
She's being instructed. I see no tears. Then they cut to a better shot of no tears. Okay. Now, here's where it gets very interesting. And I'm going to pause it right there. Do you see this? Right here. Sorry for the brightness. She looks at the camera, throws up a 666 sign, and the look on their faces tells it all. I find that very interesting. Let's watch a little more.
بس إنه يعني بالأول ما ردوا، بعدين قالوا له ودع الأولاد لأنك يمكن ما راح تشوفهم. رجع وودعهم. كنت حامل أنا محمد ويارا بجنبي، يعني حضن يارا بس محمد بس حضن يارا أكتر.
Definitely want to pull your heartstrings. Definitely. Music.
Each year, Israel arrests thousands of Palestinian children, some as young as 5 years of age.
See how they focus
These arrests
on the
usually
children.
take place during violent night raids by the Israeli army, after which the children will be taken to an interrogation center where they are routinely subjected to ill treatment and torture.
And
according to figures from Defense of Children International Palestine, 3 out of 4 Palestinian children experience physical violence during their arrest, transfer, or interrogation. These interrogation sessions usually take place without a family member or lawyer being present. The children will then be forced to sign a confession in Hebrew, which is a language that most Palestinian children do not understand. Of the thousands arrested, approximately 1,000 are sentenced in Israeli military courts. Palestinian children as young as 12 years of age can be sentenced and imprisoned. The maximum sentence for stone throwing, for example, is 20 years.
Wow.
One such case is Ali Shamalawi, a 17-year-old boy who was arrested on March 17th.
Because I pretty much showed you everything that I wanted to show you. But yeah, what's that about? Oh, and during the process of looking at this, I came upon the infamous G4S. Does anybody know who G4S is? If you don't, here.
Yesterday, the security required to secure your world was much simpler. Today, being responsible for the protection of facilities, people, information, and other high-value assets is much more complex. But you can still simplify the acquisition of your security requirements while expanding your capabilities with the integrated security solutions available from G4S.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here. This video was made in 2012, I believe. And as we all have come to know, G4S is supposedly who employed the shooter at the horrific scene of the Pulse Nightclub, which was no doubt a really bad thing, especially for the media, since it got tore apart. Fake. All this fakery. Let's run over here and check out sorry. Here. Okay. I find this interesting. G4S and Omar Mateen. Just a really weird, I'll give you a close up. Really weird, metadata for this photo here. Now, I downloaded this off of Google. I just went in and I searched and I typed in Orlando shooting and scrolled through the photos and found this one. So I downloaded it. And the name of it has metadata attached to it. So if I do this to pull it up bigger, show you what I'm talking about. Why is this named this? Why is this date here? Why is this date and time? This stands for the year 2016. Sorry. And then we have June right here. And then we have the 12th here. And then we have 12/23. So the shooting took place on June 12th, 2016. And this photo is dated 6/12/2016 at 12:23 a.m. almost 12:24. 9 seconds away from being 12:24. But how did they already have that? Somebody could have renamed the photo? Yeah, that's possible. But nonetheless, still interesting. And then this shooting, also from the same, not shooting, photo. From the same search results. What do we have? We have an AR-15, supposedly. And as you saw by the name, Sandy Hook lawsuit, that this is probably, somebody that's exposing that fraud as well. But I find these numbers very interesting. If you know anything about the occult, of anything actually, really, especially the occult of 777, 9/11, this right here, this part of the this picture, or cone, number cone, is kind of weird, showing the duality a little bit. And then, you got the one over here, the 34, which 3 + 4 is 7, and 7 and 7. So that's just pretty odd that I found that. And, people say, oh, you're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about. This stuff, if this stuff was fake, how could they pull that off? Well, you don't get it, okay? If you're still asking those questions after watching these videos, stop watching these videos. Because obviously, they're not doing anything for you. So, take your research somewhere else. Do whatever you want. But if you haven't gotten it by now, you never will. And another thing about G4S. Where I live in Tennessee, I've seen a few G4S cars with this logo on the side of them, and it has made me kind of wonder. But nonetheless, man, this is strange times we're living in. Strange world. Gonna give a shout out to Russian Vids. Learned a lot from him. You people may say that he's, goes overboard with stuff. Well, sometimes maybe, yeah. But at the end of the day, he shreds everything apart. So, big shout out to him. Big shout out to Crow 777. Love your channel. And that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys. If you like it, you know what to do. Hit the buttons.